All started.
You started?
Mm-hmm.
Lovely jubbly. You want to see the intro?
No intro. Let's just jump right.
Let's
in.
just jump
I know,
right.
I like the intro.
Or you like going around the table saying our
Yeah.
names?
Santi, I
Fam,
like your intros.
They must know our names if people watch.
No, we have a special guest with
Yes.
us today.
Oh, yeah, we do have a...
Okay,
We do
Santi,
have
go
a-
ahead. You know you love to do the intros.
Fine, fucking hell.
Alex, you talk too much in this
You're
podcast.
just looking at it like...
He's waiting for silence.
Episode 20, you know who we are. But if you don't,
Alex.
Emmanuel.
Further.
the special guest,
Yasmin.
fantastic, straight to the point, efficient. Ready?
I like that.
Efficient like John Wick.
Keanu Reeves is doing a
Daddy
madness.
Keanu Reeves.
Fam.
Why is he
He's
popping up
caddy.
recently?
Because
Why
he's the
is he-
guy.
Yeah, but we always knew he was the guy. Why is he just...
No,
I,
but in
I
case-
didn't know
in
he
case-
was the guy.
Exactly, in case people didn't know he was the guy, he was the guy. Bill and Ted, The Matrix, Speed.
I know what's
The
wrong
Lake
with
House.
I haven't seen The Lake House.
Yeah, but the chemistry between him and Sandra Bullock is amazing.
What, in Speed or The Lake House?
Both.
Oh, yeah, he's
Oh.
in Speed. Fuck.
Yeah.
I thought that was Tom Cruise in Speed.
Nah, never that. Don't disrespect the
Wow.
caddy.
It was Tom
Yeah,
Cruise.
watch that.
Oh yeah, you see how Justin Bieber wanted to challenge him?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mad.
Wow.
And then Conor McGregor was like, he'll put the fight on.
Who?
Which made Conor McGregor. Is
Oh,
that?
I thought you said
Yeah.
Kevin.
Who's Kevin?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, who?
Fuck Kevin. Fuck Kevin.
Yeah.
Like,
After what happened to Anthony Joshua, yeah, no one can say nothing.
Aye, that's
Expect the unexpected.
True.
that was a bit mad.
Like,
you
did
know?
anyone... I didn't actually watch the
Oh
fight.
my god, I
but-
watched it.
Oh, you
It's
watched it?
mad. It was mad.
Because
He
I
was getting
heard.
banged.
So I heard Joshua who knocked you down? Did Joshua knock him
Fam,
down
we got
first?
to the third round, this guy was shaking already.
Who, Joshua?
Yeah.
Mad.
I think it's them ones. Because maybe people saw, what's his name? Ruiz, because he's a fat guy.
Yeah,
No one
sure.
thought like, he's a fat guy. Look at Anthony Joshua,
Yeah.
he's some 6'4" king,
Yeah,
muscles,
ripped.
ripped. Like he was just coming there to just knock this guy easy paycheck.
Yeah.
But Ruiz must have come there with them techniques, like.
Yeah, he was fast. He was super fast, and he's blows what.
Good on him.
Right.
A lot of people would have lost a lot of money on that fight, simply because they would have bet.
And some
That's why
people
you
don't
should
want
never
to...
Yeah,
make-
lots
you
of
should
money.
never judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
That is very true. But that's what we do in society. We just like judging books
It's a damn
by their
shame.
covers. We don't want to read. Who wants to read these days?
I like to
I
read.
mean, please do read.
Or listen to us.
Yeah, exactly.
We will give you all the information you ever need.
hmm
Exactly.
Our opinions are fact.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but...
So, you two said that you came from a photo shoot, right?
No,
So
don't worry
talk
about
about
that.
that.
Don't worry
Talk
about
about
it.
it.
No,
Can
no,
you
don't
talk
worry.
about it?
No, no,
Can't
no.
talk about
Oh,
We
shit,
can't
is
talk
it
about it.
classified?
We can't talk about it.
Classified.
Oh,
But we'll
shit.
say where it began.
Okay,
Okay,
go on.
talk
So-
to us about it.
Yasmin here is the founder of Sisterhood FC, which is our football
don't know.
team.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause something we're
Sisterhood
very proud
FC is a football team for Muslim women in particular. Like, not that if you're not Muslim, I won't accept you in my team, but you have to be Muslim. Because you know, like, we're like already like a minority within a minority.
Yeah.
So it's a place where it prioritizes what's it called, the Muslim community.
Yeah.
So I think I'm the only person in the whole of UK that's doing this right now who has a whole team that's just Muslim girls.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we're breaking stereotypes and
Breaking down
you know,
barriers.
making people accept us for who we are. That's us wearing a hijab and
Playing
kicking
ball.
ball. Yeah.
Hey, it's the way forward, isn't it?
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like it's 2019, you know, so you
Mm.
can't conform to society.
And everyone should just whip to bang ball. Doesn't matter.
Exactly, like me wearing a piece of material on my head does not mean I can't kick
Yeah.
a ball. Do you get what I mean? So
It doesn't affect my playing skills.
yeah, it really doesn't.
Is there any way for people at home who wanna like come play for you?
Yes.
Is there, have
Come
you got,
through.
Have you got
Muslim
something to plug?
communities. Huh?
Have you got something to plug, like
Yes.
your Instas?
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
so you can follow us on Sisterhood FC, Sisterhood
F.C on
Yeah.
Insta.
on Insta.
Come through.
Yeah, and just drop us a message. We'll probably get your number, add you to the group chat, and then yeah.
Play every Friday in New
Yeah.
Cross, about 5 or 4 till 7.
Yeah, and if you're more serious, like I can put you into doing tournaments, actual like matches.
Okay.
So yeah,
Is it 6-a-side or 11-a-side?
it depends on like normally when we do train, it depends on how many people come. So like the minimum amount of people that come is like 8 people,
Mm.
and then it can go up to like 20. So we try have like we just split the numbers, and
Okay.
after we do an hour of training, we do like an hour of match,
Yeah.
and then yeah.
Oh, that's good. I mean, it's kind of, it goes on to like, right now, what's going on
In society, yeah.
in terms of the football World Cup, the Women's Football World Cup.
Yes.
It's a
And-
good time.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like, I'll tell you actually a funny story. So I was at work, and this guy at work comes up to me, he's like, Alex, he likes football. And we talk about football a lot. And he was like, Alex, are you going to watch the women's football? I was like, yeah, when I catch it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time I'm not at home or I'm at work.
Yeah.
I'm always doing something. So if I catch it, of course I'll watch it. And I'm not particularly supporting anybody, apart from Nigeria.
No, Nigeria.
Of course,
Nigeria
I'm
is
supporting Nigeria.
there.
I'm supporting Nigeria,
Nigeria, shout out.
but
Nigeria
yeah.
can do well.
So, and then he was like, oh, why? Why would you choose to watch an inferior version of the game?
Wow.
So I was just like,
You know,
okay. I was shocked because I didn't expect that from that person.
Yeah.
And then I walked off. Then he came back to me. No, I came to him because I was like, yo, my guy, you know, I'm actually shocked that you said that. And then he was like, why? Like, football is not a woman's sport.
Since when?
Wait,
Who said that?
Let me finish. He was like, football's not a woman's sport. They've only just started recently playing it.
Yes.
And then he was like, and what gets me mad is the fact that, he brought up tennis and football. So he was like, tennis women players, female players get paid the same as men, even though they play 3 sets less. Or no, women play up to 3 sets, and then men play up to, is it 4? I don't know how
But
many
this
sets. They
guy's
just play
arguing
more.
with biology of like how God has created us. Like men and women are not.
Let me finish. So yeah, so he kind of like didn't like the fact that women played more sets and the same amount, less sets and the same amount of money as men, and then once again I was just shocked. I was like, wow, where is this misogyny coming from?
Trust me.
Then I pulled him up and I said, you know, your argument about football not being a woman's sport just because they've only recently started playing it
That's a lie, by the way.
Exactly.
is kind of BS, in the sense of, by that logic, that means the right to vote is only a white thing because black people have only recently started to vote.
Yeah.
People of ethnic
Even
minority,
women.
women have only recently started to vote. So does that mean it's just a white male thing then? It was like, oh no, but that's not the same thing. I was like, no, by your logic,
Yeah,
just
that's
because
what you're
someone
saying.
started doing something first and other people now eventually were enabled to do it, got the right to do it, it's not for them, then he walked off. And then it brings for me the question of equality in sports,
Yeah.
which doesn't get talked about. And I'm all for equality in sports and all of that. But there is one thing I will say before we start this conversation. When it comes to the pay gap in sports, that can never be breached. It will never be equal. It can't be equal. Simply because the women football doesn't attract the same attention.
Yeah,
Doesn't
and
attract the same.
also, as you said, like it's just recently started. So like women's football 10 years from now, yeah, we don't know how big they're gonna become. Like, you know what I mean? All these young generations of girls that grow up, yeah, like women's sports is being accepted in today's society now. So anyone that's growing up from now on, yeah, in the future, like you don't know what they will bring. Do you get what I mean?
I get you.
So, and in terms of like how the guy said, it's not a women shouldn't be playing football. He's just saying that in terms of strength or whatever, yeah. But men and women are not equal. Do you know what I mean? Like men are stronger than
terms
us,
of
but
physicality.
physicality. Like obviously we are different. So that point doesn't make sense. Like I don't understand what that point. Like me, or you know, sometimes people have a problem with the match of the day. You know, now they've got like a girl.
They've
like,
always had a girl. I swear.
No,
No.
they've not.
Oh,
Really.
not on
Recently-
every episode, but
No,
like.
yeah, but recently now it's like always a woman, and then people actually chat shit and say, "Oh, like why is there a woman sitting down talking about football? Why is she talking about the Premier League?" And it's just like, in one sense, you could say yes, men and women, like strength wise, yeah, they're not the same. But like mentally, you can't tell me, yeah, as a woman, like your mind is better than mine.
Mhm.
Do you get what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in terms of understanding football, like
Yeah.
you can't tell me your mind because you're a guy. Like
Yeah.
how you think about football, how you commentate on football,
Yeah.
your mind cannot be better than mine. Do you
That's
get
true.
it?
That's
So
very true.
I hate when people say that. It's so ignorant and so backwards.
And it's like we're not trying to be like men. Like we're not trying to be the same physicality as men. Like
yeah,
if I want to kick ball, why can't I kick ball?
yeah, we're happy with how far our strength can go. Do you get what I mean?
I think it's one of those things where people are not. It takes time to sort of accept something new, something you've not seen before, and it comes with a lot of ignorance. When you're so traditionally so used to seeing, men play the game a certain way, and now the women are only gonna play in the way that their body allows them to play. And
But sometimes that's even better than the guys. Like I was gonna say, look at the USA. They just did 13-0. Like has the USA men's team done that?
Who do they play?
Thailand.
oh no, like the USA women's football team.
Yeah, they're like the
so-
best
yeah.
out of all of them.
Yeah,
They're
don't
so
they?
much better than the men's, like, they're
USA,
Exactly.
USA actually like invest in women
Yeah.
football up
Mm.
there.
It's,
Like
it's more
they-
popular in
yeah,
America
Yeah.
than
the
it is
women
in men.
Thailand,
actually
they got
rule
bus
that
drivers
sport
and
in
shit. Yeah.
USA, like compared to men in
But
the USA.
scoreline like that do happen in men's football because you have to consider the fact that they beat Thailand 13-0, right? So those teams, they're coming in with not semi-pro players, not even
Yeah.
professional players,
Yeah.
like
Part-time.
There's
Yeah,
not the same
part-timers.
investment,
So,
the
exactly.
same
Yeah.
training.
Yeah,
all
I
of
was
that.
gonna say because like even though we say women's football hasn't been going on for that long, like in reality it kind of has, but all it hasn't had
we
the
just hasn't
it hasn't
haven't
had
had
the
the chance
coverage,
of,
yeah.
No
of,
investment.
like actually being out there for people knowing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've been playing football since I was 9 years old, but
Mm.
so for a guy to be just saying, "Oh, you just got into football," because no, I've been always playing football.
yeah.
Do you
Do
know
you know
how
what I mean?
long?
It's just now it's been accepted, or now it's starting to be
yeah
accepted
something
to play
big.
football.
Do you know how long we've had the Women's World Cup for?
Since the early 90s.
Really?
I feel like it's earlier than that, you know.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I feel like
I
it
recently
is.
checked there. They
I-
said 92.
Might
something like
be.
that. But that's the World Cup.
long.
But football,
Mm.
definitely way beforehand.
Exactly. And like even now, isn't the World Cup like the prize for winning the Women's World Cup is like 9 million, but the prize for winning the men's is like 32 million.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. It's about investment. It's about like what you're. Obviously, people aren't investing in us at the moment, but that's because they don't believe in us. But they will do.
See.
They'll see.
Yeah,
It'll get
I
better.
genuinely believe that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eventually, like the disparity between wages will get better
Mm.
as long as people are willing to invest money.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
bring
It's
it
all
to the
about money.
forefront. Like I think, like let's say the Women's Premier League, like their fan base is very low and very
Mm.
small. So it's understandable why the women can't be getting paid like 50,000.
Yeah, but they didn't even have the
70,000
same
a-
exposure as men. So do
No,
you know what I
they don't.
mean?
It-
Like,
it
so
does.
how
It's
do
a
they-
cycle.
How did these people expect? Like, I don't get it. Like, women's football only came on TV recently.
Yeah.
Recently, you couldn't watch a woman, like if Arsenal and Tottenham were playing in the women's team, like you couldn't watch that on whatever day it was on whatever channel. You couldn't watch that.
Mad.
There's still steps that we need to take as a society to push this forward and to encourage more young girls in following their dreams.
Exactly.
Like I remember, I used to be friends with a girl called Fiona back in secondary school, and she was like tomboyish, and she used to bang ball, with us guys. She didn't play with girls. She banged
Yeah,
ball.
that's me
And
all
she
my
was-
life.
She was good. Like she was just good, and it's just like, yeah, she was. Like it would have been good to see her maybe like carry on and eventually make it, but like there's not a lot of opportunities. And like, if society doesn't encourage something, why would people want to carry it on? Do you get what I mean?
True.
Do you guys honestly think that would be like the same level as
One day, I
Like-
reckon.
men's
If I
football?
had, I always say this, if I had the same support, yeah, from when I was growing younger into playing football, right now I would have been playing for England. Like legit, I'm not
My
even joking.
Gan.
I think
I'm not joking. I
God.
legit had that. Like I could have been playing for England, but because like, even like obviously, okay, it's the whole women's thing as well. But even religious, like
Yeah.
from a religious point of view, yeah,
Yeah.
yes, a coach accepting me wearing a hijab and me refusing to wear shorts, yeah,
Mm.
like that wouldn't have happened back in the days,
That's
like
true.
10 years ago. Do you get it? So But now, like I say, people will have a better chance in actually becoming professional and actually taking it more seriously because it's being accepted now. But back in the days, if I had that same support, I would have made it.
Are there any Muslim women that play for the
No.
football team now?
No.
There's even hardly
Are there
any
any
black
much?
people that play for the England team. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I think
No.
there's only
The
2.
women's?
Yeah.
And I think one of them, she's mixed race. I think her Paris, she's not even fully
A
black.
lot of other teams have a lot of black players. Like the French team has a lot of black players.
Hmm.
The Dutch team has a lot of black players.
Or the women's?
Yeah, women's.
Okay.
Yeah, but in
The-
England, no.
Mm.
I find it funny.
But do you know what I think it is? I think like what you're saying about how in 10 years' time they will reach the same potential as the male football. It's because the generation that we're in now, we are only just growing out of this sort of old tradition of like
Backwards,
Mm.
yeah.
girls have to be doing this and men have to be doing that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And now we're starting to be a lot more progressive.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 years down the line, this is the start of that progression where
Yeah.
in 10 years down the line there is going to be way more girls who are going to
Yeah,
be into football
facts.
and
Big facts, yeah.
if they keep that passion then they're going to get better at it and then
I honestly don't think it would. It will.
Why?
But
Pessimist.
just simply because there are more guys that are interested in football than there are women.
You don't know that
And I
for
feel
sure,
like it
though.
always will be more guys.
You don't know that for sure.
There
Can't
was-
say that.
Yeah, yeah.
You
but
genuinely
then
can't
it
say
doesn't
that.
really matter though, does it? Because I mean, think about it now. If you think there's going to be more in the future, as long as the women reach the amount that there is now, it'll still be good enough.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
feel
but
like with
then-
football too, to be fair, it's like all it is that a lot of girls don't speak about the fact that they play football. Whereas guys, it's like just like you like
It's
it's,
a
a bit
known
weird if you
thing.
don't
Yeah.
almost. Like
Yeah,
you didn't know I
that's
played.
true.
You guys probably didn't
If
know
I
that I played
tell
football.
somebody I kick ball, yeah,
Then they're
honestly,
like,
they are always
oh,
surprised.
yeah.
Like, what? Really? You?
Exactly.
Because
Do
it
you
isn't
get what I
common.
mean?
It's just not common.
Yeah, but
I don't even think it's not common. I think just that girls don't speak about it. That's what I think it is.
Every guy
to
bangs
extent.
ball. Every guy. at some
Every
point
guy
has
bangs
played
ball.
for a
No,
team.
I know bare guys that don't like football, that
Yeah.
don't watch
there's a lot of
football.
guys that-
Careful with that.
Every guy's had that knee
I watch
injury
it
that's
on
not
Well,
been
like,
going
the thing
similar.
is-
Yeah, I
But I'm
love
not
when
passionate
Colombia
about it.
plays.
Yeah.
Colombia is lit.
Yeah.
I just don't think the gap is gonna close. I think like there will obviously be more women playing football in the future,
But the
but
gap
then
will
I
still
think
be there.
the gap will like it'll get thinner.
It's the
but
same
there'll
as
still
like
be more
equal
men.
pay in this country between men and women. Like, forget about in terms of sports, yeah. But even till today, men
Yeah,
and
it's still a
women
gap.
don't get paid for the same job. They don't get paid equally. Do you get it? So it's always that women are always at a disadvantage. To be honest.
Throw away the
It's
whole
a
system,
world
start
run by
again.
Men,
Throw away the whole.
the man's
No,
world.
I'm joking. It is man's world, but
What can we do?
what can you do in it? What can we
takes
do?
time.
It would be
No,
nice
we've
to
had
see them
enough
get
time.
along in it.
To
They don't work.
I think it's a bit rocky. And if you could see that on TV, that might make for good drama in it.
we what?
Oh wait, Love Island. You can see men and women like interacting. And
The way you move into things is amazing.
Okay. Right.
Amazing.
You guys want to talk about Love Island?
Love Island.
That show is fucking shit. I don't care.
But
Are you
but
watching it though?
I watched.
it's
No, I watched
so bad, but it's
one
so good.
episode. I watched one episode. I didn't watch last season. I watched one episode of this season, and I was lost.
No.
But the one I hate reality TV. I'll come out and say it.
I
Like,
love it, but
Yeah,
I
I
hate
don't
it.
even-
because it's so set up.
yeah, I don't even. I haven't watched a lot. Like when I was with my ex, she made me kind of watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Love,
And-
Oh
love.
my god, I can't believe you watched that.
And
Love it.
Towie. No, not Towie. Geordie. Is it Geordie Shore?
Geordie
The one in
Shore.
Newcastle?
Yeah.
And one
Lady
more.
You
Chelsea.
actually watched
Lady
that?
Chelsea?
Yeah, because she was watching it, innit?
That is mad.
Big brother.
No, not Big Brother. And
Mad.
there's
Lady
one.
Chelsea?
No, I've watched.
Towie.
No,
That's not even
the
reality TV.
X on the Beach.
Oh,
So those three
Terrible.
shows I
Love it.
watched in it, and I understand how easily you can become invested in it.
Mm.
Because I became invested in it, but I just didn't like it. But I was invested because I
That is me.
had to see how
Who got
everything
with
would turn.
you?
Yeah. So now we get to what's it called?
Love Island.
I just don't get it. First of all, in the future, black people just don't go on that show.
Please.
Okay.
I
Just
beg
don't go on the
you, my fellow people, please stop
maybe,
going on that
may-
show.
Maybe black
That's so
males.
Think
Like,
about
no,
race.
really, men and women stop going on that show because
maybe
it
black
does
males,
not
because black
help
males
you.
can get away with it, but black females
How
don't.
do they
Like,
get away with it?
As much
Because
as
it pays us.
How? Listen, have
True.
you seen, when no matter if there's a lineup of girls, and there's a black girl there, and then the guys come to pick here, the black girl is always the last to be picked. Do you know how
and
sad that is?
why
Do you know how
black
sad that
guys-
is?
Yeah, but that's why black guys can get away with going on Love Island, and black women can't. And as much as like that to me is shit, because I feel like black women should get more love. But it's like, remember we had this argument.
She's not coupled up yet, innit? The one black girl that's
Yeah,
there,
Yewande.
I think she is now.
Oh, she coupled
What,
up
with
now?
an
Yeah,
actual
she's got,
person
like-
that likes her.
Is it
She
Danny?
went on the date with Danny, the
Okay.
mixed race guy.
Does he like her there?
Yeah.
Does he
Oh, he actually
He
likes her.
picked her to go on a date, so.
Oh, okay. Must be nice. So
Exactly, you don't know what's going on. You watched the first episode, you saw the black girl get aired, and now you think.
Yeah,
oh,
but it is true though. Like
Yeah, but
every
look at,
single.
what episode is it now, though?
Yeah, it's about a week.
8, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now she just got picked.
It's taking
And
this
now
long.
she got picked.
Yeah, it's like when
Yeah.
basically when for those who don't watch Love Island, like when you first start, it's like there's a group of girls, there's a group, and then there's a guy that comes down. Like all the black people just do not get picked. They don't. Like none of them get picked. And it's like this is actually
Every
a
season.
pattern.
And
Every
that's
season.
every season.
Yeah, because it was I don't know who was
Well,
in
it's
the
sad.
first season.
Well, it's sad. Me personally, I would never
Yeah,
sell myself
Marcel,
out like that. innit? I would
Samira,
never.
all of them.
I
Didn't
would
get
never.
picked.
This
I'll
is-
never
this is
sell
like-
myself
Okay,
out.
so for me, it's just like, okay, if you are the show's producer, yeah, and you have, I'm gonna bring this up so you can argue this point, whatever.
Okay.
So now you have a whole list of people. I'm sure when you're interviewing these people or whatever process you go to get onto Love Island, you have to tell the show your preference, what you like, what type of girls you like. Surely, if you're seeing all these guys only saying, "Oh, they're like
White, blonde.
yeah,
Blue
or
eyes.
white, brunette,
Exactly.
or white," and then hardly any, you only pick those that like white, and yet you still pick a black girl. What is the point?
Because
Are-
she's
are
just
you
gonna
just
go in
setting-
there.
Are you just setting up for failure?
Yeah.
No,
She-
It's
because
right
they have
there.
to be inclusive.
I think that's the reason.
The
I
show
would-
Imagine
has
if
to
it was
be
a show with
inclusive.
just white people.
Huh?
Imagine if
That's
it
what
was
I'm
just
saying.
white
It
people.
has to be
People would
inclusive.
be
So the
complaining,
black
oh,
girl,
there's a
she's
lack
the
of
black
black
girl.
representation.
Do you know how many shows
The
there
black
are
girl
with
is the
just white people?
token. She's the black
Yeah,
girl
because-
Yeah, she's a token.
Those-
But we don't need a token. If you're gonna do representation, do representation properly.
because
They
it's
don't
exactly
care
do
about
no-
that. They
just
care
don't
about the
do
fact
no
that just they're
half-hearted
making it
shit.
exclusive.
Yeah, this is what I mean. It's like if you're gonna be inclusive, you've got to be fully inclusive. You can't just be
Yeah.
like, oh, let me like. You can't do tokenism. You have to actually
Yeah,
like
exactly.
pick people who are gonna actually like not
Like
just
each
go for
other.
white. Yeah,
You don't
exactly.
even know that. You don't even know if maybe they all answered they do like black girls.
That's
but
what
they're
I
just
was
lying
saying
to
to
get
him.
on the show.
I feel like yeah.
Imagine
yeah.
if they said, no,
Well,
I don't like black
I
girls.
genuinely
Yeah.
believe that. I
And you know why
genuinely
it
believe
doesn't
that.
matter? Because if they all like white girls and they put a black girl, that's more drama, that's more tension. That's the aim of the producer.
They just want to make money.
And they go on the show voluntarily. No
True,
one
true.
forces
They
them.
do
And
apply
that is why
balance.
On that part, yeah, I can't disagree.
that is why I said black girls just don't
Just
don't
don't
bother.
sell yourself.
They
out.
want the
Why
50K.
not?
But you
innit?
want, but you
Just
one
don't
day
bother.
I
Want the
believe in
fame.
you. I
Yeah,
believe
I
in you
don't
one
believe
day.
in you, my dear. I'm
Think about
sorry.
it from the perspective of like Yewande, the pros and the cons.
No.
What's she gonna come out with if she doesn't come
Exposure.
out with a partner?
Mm.
Exposure.
True.
That's true.
So
True. You one day I believe
No,
in
it's
you.
just not
Yeah,
worth
but
it.
then
You're
it's
queen.
not.
It's
I'm
not worth it.
Why
selling
is it not worth
myself
it? How
out
would
for
you know?
what,
It's
bruv?
just
No.
I don't know. It's just not worth
Well,
it.
I
Like,
wouldn't do
I
that.
wouldn't-
Fame is a disease.
it's them ones like the memes you showed me.
What?
The amount of them,
What memes?
Of her. Of
yeah,
her.
if you want,
Are you
the amount-
joking?
there's
I can't remember. Which was that show?
the one that compared her to Jar Jar Binks.
That's
Nah,
horrible,
see?
man.
oh what?
We shouldn't
No,
even be
I've seen
talking
that
on
one.
this. This is
Like,
bad.
There
That's
was
bad.
even one tweet by some white guy that was so
What is
so racist. I was just
What
like,
was it?
bro, I can't even remember what
These
it was.
people on the TL move mad.
Oh,
Oh,
they do. They do.
you would not
It's
say
like-
this in public.
To me, it's just not worth it. Like, I just, if
I
I was
hear
a black
you.
woman, I'd really, and I just wouldn't. As
I
much
know
as
my worth. That show will
Yeah,
give me
but
my
you
worth.
just gotta think of what they could come out with after going on
what
Love Island.
exposure,
They're gonna have
more
money.
clout, like
Yeah.
okay.
Do you know what it is? as
That
well?
matters
It's not
to
even
a lot
the
of
show's
people.
fault
Yeah,
as well.
true.
They are exploiting it. But
Yeah,
when you
they
really
are.
think about it, right, you can't fault someone for having preferences.
Mm,
But
no.
you can say
Exactly.
that it's because most of these people are from other places but London, they're not used to that kind. They're not used to that
That's
dynamic.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's
So,
true
like,
as
for
well.
example, London, we are very,
Very
inclusive.
diverse,
We
yeah.
are very diverse. So, you know, for example, you might have expected Sharif to go on a show and be with you one day, but he chose Anna, who's
Yeah,
Middle
bro,
Eastern.
I don't know
you know.
why he
And they're
did
both
not
from London.
choose. Yeah.
Right.
But
So
why should he have chosen? Why should he have chosen Yewande?
That's what I would have done.
Because she's
Yeah,
beautiful.
but why?
Because she is
So
beautiful.
She's
Anna isn't
peng.
beautiful because she's white. She's
No,
not
but
beautiful.
one day's pain.
No, she's the penguin girl in there.
Again, that's preference.
I feel like she's the penguin girl in
Okay,
there.
that's
so
preference. That's preference.
Once again, I asked a bunch of people at my work.
Say
if
what
they
like there
thought-
wasn't girls here that was more ugly than Yewande in there and they got chosen.
True.
What
That
do you mean?
Lucy's so basic.
Who? Alright, we're not gonna
Lucy.
talk about how good looking they
That's
are.
No,
Okay,
let's
What?
let's
That's
bring
fucked
that,
up.
bring
You
that
want
tea
it?
to the table.
That's
innit?
fucked up.
Let's
That just shows you how fucked it is now.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
let's base all this woman's
He
worth
wants
on
to
their
start
looks
ranking
because
them
no,
on their
no.
looks.
But isn't that what the
That's
men?
not-
It's really
that's the point of the
superficial.
show.
I know
Yeah,
it is.
isn't that what the men when they
The whole
come
show
down?
is
Yeah, but
superficial.
we're not there, are we? So like,
The whole show is superficial. But
No,
it's
no,
passive entertainment.
because
You know why I
really-
watch it? You know why I watch it? Because it's passive entertainment. Because it entertains me. I know I'm not going to get anything from it. I know it's not going to do anything for me apart from distract me for an hour and maybe I can talk about it
you know
with my
why I
friends.
watch it? Because last year was really good.
Yeah, that's
Last
that's
year,
like-
Three guys.
What
Yeah.
was it,
Three
the
guys.
year before.
It was
What-
Josh,
the
Wes
Wes,
two,
and
the two mixed race.
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah.
Those
Where's
three
Jack?
guys.
I think
because
I think
all of the guys were
season
funny.
before that
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
best
I never
one.
I
watched
think
last
so
year.
too.
So-
With Kem, yeah, that was the
They
best
They were
one.
all of the guys were funny. That's why I
What
watched
made
it.
Yeah,
them
they were
funny, though?
funny.
They just all had.
They were
No,
just
but
funny,
They
yeah.
all had banter.
Did you
That's
They just
literally
cracked
it.
jokes.
Well,
See them,
no,
they
you
kissed
actually
each
need to
other
watch
and
it.
they were like humping.
What, in this season?
Oh yeah, I saw one of them.
Did you
this
see
year.
that?
They're doing
They
that
were
for
humping?
clout. I don't even
They
know.
were
None of them are
Madness.
funny.
Tommy and Anton.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolute madness. I was,
You know,
Yeah, they're all dry.
wallahi, I was so
The guys.
shocked.
So why do you watch Love Island then?
Because I watched it last year. I was expecting
No,
it to be
alright.
similar.
Good.
You know
to-
what I don't like about this
This
year?
year.
They all know that they're on Love Island. Like they've all got a game plan.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like whereas like the years before, it's like
Yeah,
it,
was
wasn't
more-
really a big
yeah, it was
thing.
more authentic
Yeah,
and
they probably
real
were
to
there
it.
to find out. Whereas now they are there because they want to get a clothing deal and they want to sell toothpaste. That's why they're there this time. You know.
Finish.
You know.
I get what you mean. So do you think Love Island has gone past the point
It
where
should have been cancelled.
like the people going on it are not there to really they're there for their own self-interest.
No, not
Mm.
all
course.
of them. Some of them.
Maybe
why
not all
not?
of them.
But
But actually, carry on with what you're
No,
saying.
because
That
it
should be
doesn't-
cancelled because
It
there
should
is a
be
reason why.
cancelled,
Because of the
yeah.
thing
It will
that
never
happened.
be cancelled
But
because
why
last
wouldn't
year
it be
was just
cancelled?
so
How come
big.
Jeremy Kyle got cancelled?
Because
The
that show
guy.
is utter trash.
Okay,
It
but
is
wait,
trash.
wait,
It
wait,
is-
wait,
They
wait.
expose low-income
Okay,
people.
okay,
I
keep
actually
your
agree with
yeah.
you.
But listen, that show got cancelled on the basis of someone commit suicide
Yeah.
after being on that show.
Okay.
2 people have committed suicide after being on Love
It's very
Island.
sad.
Right.
So why is it not cancelled?
Cancel everything then.
Just
When
what
everyone's
kind of
committing
logic is
suicide.
that? But I'm just
What,
saying.
what about that?
Why,
what about that
if you're gonna
TV
have
show?
a standard
What
for
about-
one show, you
what
should
about
have to
that
have the
T-
same
no, no.
standards for
What
the
about
other
that
show.
TV show on Netflix? The one about suicide.
13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, that
Should have
apparently
probably should have
increased-
cancelled that.
Increased the rate of suicide.
That
Really?
you know what?
Really?
That show is very triggering too. Like that show
Yeah, that
has
show is
many
so
issues.
mad,
Many
man.
issues because you know literally for people who like have mental health issues, like if you were to see someone, because you do see someone, trigger warning, physically self-harm in the show, and it's like that's very triggering for people who have obviously gone through stuff like that, and you see people commit suicide, you see like very brutal rape scenes, and it's like that's they were very naive to show that.
They all put warnings on all of them.
They did, but also it's like there's only so much trigger warning will do, like because
Yeah, but how do you talk
Yeah, I
about
don't know.
stuff like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the, you need to be able to talk about stuff
Yeah.
like that. We can't-
well, I guess mental health issues, isn't it? It's like
You can't shelter the society from things like that, things that need to be addressed.
I mean I hear you, but there's a way you do it. I feel
Wait,
it
is
doesn't
it-
have to be as graphic
is
as
This
it
is a
was.
fucked up question. Do you know
Oh God, how?
is Love Island like directly responsible
Huh?
for the suicide
What
of
did you
the
say?
2
Is-
people?
Love Island.
Yeah.
Is it directly responsible?
Yeah,
for
so
the
one of the guys that committed
'Cause I don't
suicide,
know
yeah,
why.
he had a whole nickname.
Muggy Mike.
A whole
That's
nickname
sad.
called
Oh.
Muggy Mike. That's
From the
how
show.
he
But I
was
thought
branded.
he went with it though.
No, come on.
Now, to be fair,
Come
some people
on.
said he went with it. Some people said that he didn't. So.
Who's gonna ever go with it? Imagine being known as Muggy Mike.
Well, why was
What
he
does that
called
mean?
Muggy
Huh?
Mike? though?
I can't
He was
remember
called
it.
Muggy Mike.
No,
Oh,
but
God
he
rest
has
his
to
soul,
be
man.
independent. Why did he get?
Yeah,
why
because
did
basically, when he went on the show, he stole Olivia from Chris,
Yeah.
and Chris was like, "Muggy Mike stole my girl."
Yeah, he mugged
Do you
someone.
get
So
it? They
it was
use that
Chris that
word
created it.
muggy and you mugged me off and
Mm.
do you know what I mean? They use it a lot.
Pause.
So-
Okay, isn't it not Olivia and his fault though? Olivia chose to be stolen away from him.
Exactly. I don't know why he's
But
getting
isn't that the
blamed
whole
for it.
point of the show though? Like,
Yeah, it is.
seeing each other.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
got
This is directly
Love
Muggy
Island's
Mike.
fault.
This, oh, this is
But it's also
dumb.
the fact that, you know, after they do leave, yeah, they do get fame and exposure and whatnot.
So
And
it is the
sometimes
fame
after
then?
that, yeah,
Mm.
it fizzles out. And if you don't have faith, yeah, that's why people will be committing suicide, because all of that good money that they've been having stops.
So,
and they don't know what to do with
so
themselves.
You're saying he might have committed suicide because fame hit him. Then he experienced the highs of fame.
Yeah,
And
and
then
then
I
when
think-
the
I
lows,
think
yeah.
that
he
was
couldn't get
kind
out
of-
of the lows.
No,
I think
you
that's
can't
the
get out of the
general.
lows.
So that's
If
not
you
really
don't,
Love Island's fault.
That's
then.
not really Love
That's
Island's fault.
But I,
then.
I think a reason why a lot of people say it is Love Island's fault is because they don't offer sufficient aftercare. So
Okay.
mental health, help,
Or how to
psychiatrists and
deal
things
with
like that.
fame. I
Yeah.
don't think anyone knows how
Yeah,
to deal
who
with
offers
fame.
True,
who
there's-
offers help on how to?
No,
do
but I
Yeah,
it?
guess
like,
like that's what people say. Like if you are sending people on a show where they are gonna blow up, like then you
On
need to
a
offer some sort of
national level.
aftercare.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily, because like
I guess they
even
do
the
have a
year
responsibility
before-
though.
the year before last year, the people didn't blow up as much as they did last year.
Is it Jack Fowler?
Yeah,
Jack Fowler. Yeah, I see him
I
on
know
the
Jack.
TL all the time trying to act black. That's
What does trying to act black mean? Please explain what trying to act black means. That's not
You
tried to
trying
do this?
to act black.
he tries to do this.
Yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
because he's white,
And does
he's
he
not allowed.
reference
He's
it?
not allowed
And
to
then-
Does
say.
he
Right.
reference it?
He's-
Does he reference it?
No, he just.
He doesn't reference
I'm pretty
it.
sure what
he
someone told
reference
him
it?
try this.
No,
And
so,
he-
so,
reference
so,
it.
so,
No,
No, I think
don't
he's
know.
He just goes, I'm about to do the gun lean, and then does the gun lean.
Yeah.
Gun.
like, someone told him he's. I think if it was accepted.
Because everyone's calling him Oluwa Jack.
Yeah.
They're calling him.
Yeah.
They're calling him black, so he's gonna
I
accept
I
it.
He's
don't
from-
know why.
he's
I do
from-
not get it. Where's he from?
He, I don't know.
Somewhere in London.
Saint. Yeah, he's from London. I think he's Saint
I don't remember last
Hellenian.
seasons.
I don't know where
He's
Saint
just-
Helena
he's-
is.
He's gang. Jack
be
is
honest.
Mandem. That's why.
Nah, he's
Yeah,
not
that's what it
London.
is.
I like Jack.
Jack is cool.
Mm.
Why are you searching Jack Fowler?
I want to see how he looks.
That's how it is.
Fam, it's fitna. It's
Madness.
actual fitna, fam.
But-
Fitna means like you need to calm down, not look at that. Like say no more.
Yeah.
Nah,
I don't remember
I
last
feel
season.
like
I
he's,
don't remember.
he's one of them black guys. He's one of them white guys.
Mm.
He's one of them
Exactly.
white guys
Exactly.
that always chill with the man them
Yeah.
in secondary school. He's like the token white guy in the black clique.
Okay.
That's why I
Fitna,
feel.
innit?
Absolutely.
I need to lower my gaze.
Why?
It's just too much.
Is
Well, he's good looking.
Is he
Of
hot?
course he is.
Yeah.
He is good looking.
Innit? What do you mean?
Hey!
Of course he
Yo,
is.
Jack, follow further on Insta. What's your at further?
I don't know if
Why are you-
Jack likes Muslim things.
He was really about to.
Jack, if you want to convert to Islam, then let me know.
Oh.
Hey, hey,
I'll save you.
Jack the
Stuck
lad.
for you, la.
Oluwa
Yeah,
Jack,
well.
they're calling you.
Stucks. That's so peak. But yeah, Love Island.
Love
It's
Island's
trash,
good.
but I love it.
Why is it trash?
It's a shit show.
It's just I don't get anything from it. It doesn't, give me anything really.
You lose brain cells.
I do
after
lose
watching
brain
it.
cells. I
Let
do.
me tell you my journey. Yeah.
Your journey,
Yeah.
life journey, or just Love
My
Island.
journey as in my relationship with reality TV.
Okay.
So like Alex, I used to hate it.
He's got 1.3 million
And then
followers.
one
Alex
night while I
got
was paying a presentation for my uni, for some reason put on Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmares USA. Hmm?
That's excellent.
And that's a great show.
Gordon
And it's
Ramsay's
reality
always
TV,
great.
but a lot of it is staged. A
Yeah.
lot of it is interfered. But there are obviously some authentic parts. But that thrill that you got from the cliffhangers and that, I thought, okay, you know what? I appreciate the person put into it. And like Emmanuel, I saw that last year. The trio were a very funny bunch, and I felt like I didn't understand
Funny
a certain
bunch.
part.
Like that
Of
phrase, a
the-
funny bunch.
Yeah, I didn't understand like certain aspects. Because Love Island has pretty much become a bit of like London culture. Like everyone sits down to watch it, and then they discuss it on
On the
On the
TL.
TL.
Twitter sphere.
On the
So-
Twitter sphere.
So I thought, okay, let me watch it this year. And from the first episode, like, I understood why people didn't like it, but production-wise, I thought it actually takes a lot to be able to make every episode watchable. Like, to somehow make sure that you manipulate it enough, or
Yeah,
make
it's
sure that
mad.
conditions are just right, so that there is something worth watching every day
Yeah,
of
the
the week.
Are you talking about Love Island right now?
Yeah,
Or
no,
Gordon?
the-
Okay.
The
Yeah.
people behind it are really good storytellers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because they formulate stories out of nothing.
Mhm.
Like, even like
Yeah.
X on the Beach, like
Trash.
They create fucking trash.
I love it though.
It is excellent trash.
Excellent trash, exactly.
No.
I love.
And
You know what
they
it
use
is?
the same people from
Probably.
different reality TV shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Probably.
mad.
That's
You know what
mad.
it is,
yet
and it's like
people
I
still
love.
tune in.
I love watching people argue too. I love watching people beef.
Yeah, I like
Same.
that.
It really satisfies me. You know, when you, on X on the Beach when they pop a fight each other. I love it. It really satisfies
I
me.
don't understand. And what I don't get about X on the Beach is that they're always surprised when their ex is there.
It's called X on the
Asking
Beach.
for it.
Exactly. You're dying for it. Oh my
Like, is
days.
that, I hope it's not that ex. But like, how many exes could you fucking possibly have?
They got bare. That's the whole point on the show, fam.
And it's not like even like, oh, they were in a long term relationship, like a year or 2 years. That
It's
can
like I went
justify
2 dates
ex.
with you.
And I'm just like, really? Oh, we're together for a month, and now he's my ex.
You can't consider that.
And now
as
he's,
an ex.
and then the way they all come up from the ocean, they're like,
Yeah, coming out of nowhere, just
Yeah.
coming out of
Slow
the
mo.
oh,
Slow mo.
Like what did you say? Like Aquaman.
my
Put
other
some respect
problem-
on
my
Jason
other
Momoa's
problem with, like,
name.
Love Island and reality TV is like the people on there, they're not real. Even like, now we're talking about representation of like black people. Like even take away that, the representation of people that come from the certain areas that these people are from doesn't truly represent. All of them are all
What
like
do you
all
mean?
of them are all 6-pack, abs, muscles,
Yeah.
everything, everything,
That's not your average person, wallah.
everything chiseled.
Okay, yeah, in terms of physicality.
Yeah, it's
pretty
mad. Like girls have to be, you know, a certain skinny. You
And
can't
some of
be.
the girls even do surgery just to get on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that some woman did like.
Can't remember which one, but yeah.
One of them, for one of the seasons, fam, she looks so. She went on this morning. Then they pulled out her before photo and her after
Megan.
photos, and two
Oh,
completely.
Put someone like
different-
Megan in there.
Two
Someone
completely
like
different persons.
you know what
And
it
then
is? Yeah.
A girl like her will go on a TV show like that, and little girls will be watching her thinking, "Oh my God,
My
look how
body needs-
perfect she
yeah,
is!
yeah.
Look how beautiful she is!" When it's all fake, it's all fake. It's sad.
Say no more.
But to me, I just feel like because that is a part of feminism, and I think that's where
What
you
is
can't
feminism?
find there's like a
Equality.
spectrum of it.
No,
Because
it's
you
part
got
of feminism.
A part of feminism.
Yeah, true.
that is
Actually,
like,
that
What
is
is
true.
feminism?
No, wait, listen. I'm saying it's
What
like
do you mean?
it's like a spectrum now where it's like there is a feminism that fights for
Yeah.
you should be allowed to do with whatever you want with your body.
Hmm.
That's including surgeries in that to feel like empower yourself to make you look the way you want to look. But
Mhm.
then there's another part of feminism that's like you should be happy with.
What
the way
Yeah,
you
I feel like
and you
I'm
should feel
definitely
confident.
towards that end because I feel like once you start like, obviously I'm not gonna cuss anyone who's had plastic surgery. Like that's you do you. But I feel like once you start like thinking, oh, I can tweet this and tweet that, it's like where does it end? And I feel like if you just like love yourself the way that you've been created, then you know it's
they
like
don't
you
know
don't
when
need.
to stop. I mean, have you seen Khloe Kardashian's nose? She's fucked.
But I don't think
can
I don't
never
think
stop
she's
her.
like, I don't think she had anything done to her nose. You know, not Chloe, not Chloe.
Yeah, she
Chloe
has.
did, fam.
Chloe.
You know what she looks like? Have you ever
He's
played the
gonna
Wii,
Google
yeah,
it.
and you do the Me Creator, and there's a nose that looks like the tree, the bottom of a tree? That's what it looks
You're
like.
so
It's
rude.
fucked,
Definitely.
fam.
did
Isn't Chloe
something.
Simpson?
Yeah, she ruined it.
Chloe.
Chloe
Chloe
Simpson.
Simpson. Oh.
No,
What
I
was
said
it again?
because you know how everyone says that
Allegedly.
Khloe Kardashian is O.J. Simpson's daughter.
Yeah.
That's what everyone says.
Oh, what? I've never
Wait,
heard
that's
that theory.
cheeky.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
That's
I've
a
heard
lot of
that
people
as well.
say
so
that.
basically,
Oh,
the
they-
father
they
of the
made-
Kardashians
they
was
made
the
her
lawyer
nose
of O.J.
smaller.
Simpson. And the theory is that while he was defending her, O.J. Simpson was rousing down Kris Jenner. So,
How is that possible
I don't know, that's just a theory.
for her
innit?
to be his daughter?
Jesus
'Cause she looks
Christ.
so far.
She was clapped before.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
Who, Chloe?
We've seen this.
Every
We've known-
Kardashian
we've
has
known
had a
this.
surgery.
Yeah, they have.
We've
I,
known
d-
this.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
that's not how she looks now. That's the worst thing.
Like,
But,
I don't know this.
Just go on
never,
Insta.
I never paid attention to her. I've never really paid
changed.
attention
They all
to the
have.
Kardashians.
She
Yeah.
changed.
Well,
Yeah, that's disgusting.
all I'm saying, I won't be getting lip fillers or brow lifts anytime soon.
But-
Not
Or
for
face
me.
fillers.
Not for me.
When you deep it, they're just trying to be black without being black.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Like, no. What you
Naturally
gonna say?
black.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no.
finish.
No, that's true.
Naturally
No, I wasn't gonna
black.
say anything. I
What you
just,
gonna
I was
say?
taking in what you just said. Finish.
The bum implants,
Mm.
the lips.
Big lips. That we used to get cussed for, you know?
Yeah.
Big lips that we used to get
Baboon.
cussed for.
Chimpanzee, all of them things there.
And now it's
Yeah.
fashion.
Now it's fashionable, as
Huh?
long as it's not on a black person.
What about the nose
True.
then?
The nose, I don't know. I don't know what people's obsession with getting nose jobs.
They
whatever.
You know
typically
God
do it
has
to make
made
it
your
smaller,
nose,
though.
yeah.
Exactly.
Do you know, yeah, like people just think everything is made, but bruv, God has made, yeah, the way you're made for a reason. Even the way your nose
Exactly.
is shaped here it depends on like your, you know how you breathe and that. For your specifically, like, it's made for that.
Even
So
your
if you
eyebrows
now,
and shit.
yeah, bruv, so
Exactly,
if you now
man.
change your nose to make it smaller or whatnot, yeah, you're literally affecting your health. How mad is that?
To an extent. Mm. Yeah.
Stop.
Standards of beauty. innit?
He's flared his nose out.
What are you doing? Why stop doing that? He's just flaring his nostrils.
It's whatever standards of beauty that like
Yeah.
even but BBLs, they've become
What?
Brazilian butt lifts.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so
They've become
confused.
more popular.
People die
today.
from that, you know. People are really dying.
People die from it. Like models, like can I even call her a model? Like China.
Yeah.
I don't know. Urban
I don't know
model.
who Black
Urban
China
model.
is.
What's
Honestly.
an urban
She-
I don't fucking
Not
know,
urban
man.
model. She's just a video vixen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Vixen.
damn.
She hasn't even been in a
Like-
music video in how long? I only
But
need
that's
a-
how she blew up.
yeah, Tiger. Hey,
Have you seen the video of her beefing with her mum? Her mum's like, "I'll f you up."
Fucking hell, man.
Oh,
sad.
honestly, it's
It's
intense.
so-
It is sad.
It's so ratchet. Oh, it's not even a good kind of ratchet. It's just trash.
What's a good kind of ratchet?
Meg the Stallion.
I don't know who that is.
Ah?
Meg the Stallion.
Yeah, fam.
I don't know who that is.
Painting.
Thank
Oh,
you.
because she's pink, it's a good kind of ratchet.
No.
Ooh.
She's
Ooh,
ratchet.
you're
You're
treading.
very political, you know. This one, I swear. It's like nothing can slide. If anyone says anything, nothing slides with
Nah,
you.
Meg the Stallion's cool. She likes anime, so she's a rapper.
Weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
No.
Okay.
You could say maybe Cardi B is a good kind of ratchet.
No, I feel like
No.
a lot of people hated Cardi B at some point.
I
But
loved
now a lot of
Cardi
people
B
don't.
when I was watching her on the reality show Love and Hip Hop
Mm.
New York. I loved her.
I didn't know
After
that
she
before
blew up from that, yeah.
I do rate her though, because she's literally stayed the same from Love and Hip Hop. I feel like to an extent.
Mm.
She's still throwing these hands. She's still beefing Nicki Minaj, throwing shoes. That's who she is.
You don't like Cardi B?
I'm
Do you think she's talented?
Yeah, she can rap.
Mm.
Yeah, forever.
I just think she's just got personality, really.
Yeah, I think there's better female rappers out there that deserve.
Do you think she writes her own lyrics?
No,
like
she doesn't,
can
does she, at
rap,
all?
I think
like-
it matters.
I don't know.
Does it
True,
matter?
who does
Yeah.
anyway?
It's all about
Actually,
the image,
Like,
really.
write their own lyrics.
it's all about making money.
Mhm.
No, right,
That's
okay.
just life.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
like they
not-
try to compare Nicki Minaj to Cardi B.
Yeah.
Would you think that's fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
I
Actually,
think
I
Nicki
don't
Minaj
think
is
it's-
more
How
They're
can
talented.
both-
you
okay,
ever
but-
say something like that?
Alright.
Because they're
How?
both
This
up
is
there,
this is
female
the stance.
rappers.
This is
Why
the
can't you
stance I'm
compare
trying to take now in terms of music. I think we have real hip hop artists and entertainers, and that's what I'm gonna categorize. Real hip hop artists, like I'm not gonna say Kendrick, Cole.
Lil Pump.
J. Cole.
Who did you say?
It's a Lil Pump. Just
Shut up. Lil
That's
Pump.
real hip hop
Lil Pump
artists.
is carrying the rap industry on
Yeah.
his back.
So
Lil
like,
his back is hurt.
back to what I
I don't
said.
think I've listened to one song of his.
Kendrick,
Is he
J. Cole,
Gucci
your
Gang?
Pusha T's, your Jay-Z's, your Andre 3000, your what's his name? Joey Badass, your Lipe Fiascos, your ASAP Rocky, your Tyler the
Definitely.
Creator.
Who are entertainers then?
Entertainers are your Cardi B's, your
Tyler.
Migos, your Lil Pump,
Uh-huh.
your
I hear that.
Schema,
6ix9ine.
your 6ix9ine. They're entertainers. We need to.
Ski Mask is talented.
Yeah, actually,
Who?
it's a hip hop
Ski
artist.
Bills and me
Because
blue. Ooh, like
Ski
a
Mask
blue.
is Slump God.
But yeah.
of the way he raps,
Blues
like
Clues.
his bars are good. But yeah, like those are your entertainers.
Yeah.
And Drake is in between that.
Mm.
Is in between.
Don't
that.
you think it'd be boring if we just had hip hop
Yeah.
artists though? We need both.
You need both. But I think they need to stop trying to call themselves hip hop artists. Like your
I hear
entertainers.
you actually. I really hear
Like-
that.
Okay.
Like your entertainers. Like Cardi B to me is an entertainer. She's not like
I would
a rapper
consider
or
her
a
to be
hip-hop
an,
artist.
yeah, like
Even-
a true
even-
artist.
hear
even
that
Nicki's in between, like Drake. I don't
Yeah,
consider
I
her
agree
to
with
be
that.
like
Yeah, because I feel like the difference is like who's there like to work on their craft and produce music, and who's there to just like
Make
be
money.
a face, make money. And like I feel like if you think about people like Kendrick, J. Cole, it's like they're not
J.
in the
Cole,
press every day like
Nah.
doing this, doing that. Whereas like you
and
can
it's
hear
what what they rap about as well. Like your
You rap
content matters if you are in hip hop. Like because I wrote an essay recently about hip hop, and you kind of learn. When I was reading a book and I was like learning about what hip hop is and where it came from. You're like a lot of the people shouldn't be calling themselves hip hop artists because they don't really
Know the
fit in.
crafts.
Yeah, they don't fit into any of the brackets it comes under. So like. Your content matters as much as we might not say lyrics don't mean shit or whatever. What you're rapping about matters a
You have
lot
an
to
influence.
if you are a hip hop artist, because hip hop came from people now having a voice to speak against and speak about the struggles that they've been through.
Isn't that rap? Is rap different to hip hop?
No. Rap is under hip hop.
No, okay, I thought they were different things.
No, it's under one umbrella. Hip hop is like the massive umbrella, and then you have rap, you have dance, you have beat making. All of that stuff comes under hip hop.
Alright, so then the entertainers, what genre of music would you say that they make?
they make hip hop music, but they are not hip hop artists. They cannot come under. They're just entertainers who are using hip hop as a platform to make music. It's like me not sort of associating with rock music or in any way, shape or form.
But you make rock music.
I make rock music.
So then why can't you call yourself?
It's the intentions, no?
No.
I just think the bottom line is I'm not saying I'd call them hip hop artists, but I'm just saying the bottom line is if you make that kind
Hip-hop.
of music, why can't you
Okay,
call yourself?
so should we say are they not rappers then, or rappers like?
No, because to
What-
me, I always thought rap and hip hop were different kind of
not.
things.
So rap is under the hip hop umbrella because rap is hip hop is split into 4 things: MCing, which is rap, breakdancing. I need to get this out because
No, just the music
the
aspect.
seats.
Just the music.
Oh,
aspect.
just the music
Yeah.
is rapping.
Mhm.
Just rapping.
Yeah,
Do you
Very
think some
complex.
artists can transcend hip-hop?
haven't they already?
And do you think that's a good thing? Or
Hasn't Kendrick because he won a Nobel.
Tyler, Korea.
Tyler as
Pure
well.
example.
Cole as well. Jay-Z,
Yeah, J. Cole is sick.
D.D. I said
True
that.
artists.
P Diddy, Tupac.
50 Cent.
Into what?
Nah, fuck 50
Diddy.
Cent. Yeah.
I don't
Powers.
know about people.
Nah, Pete. In terms of business aspect.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about music though.
Wait, what were you talking about when I said transcend?
Yeah.
Like just not just music, but
no, I mean
impact.
like other genres of music now.
What
Oh,
can
like
go
branch
into.
into other.
Yeah, so for example,
Yeah, a
Tyler,
lot of people are
Korea.
trying to do the Spanish thing now.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Then.
Because it's from-
That list
Huh?
is whack. Then the list I just listed is whack.
A lot
Yeah,
of people are
Tyler,
trying to do.
Tyler can definitely. Who else?
Childish Gambino.
Jay-Z did. Childish.
X.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's sick.
Yeah, he did. To be fair.
X. Yes.
XXX.
Can
He did.
I say Jay-Z did?
Ek-
It was
wait,
in-
why is X
RIP.
Tentacion in the same conversation as Kendrick Lamar? And
Let's
Jay-Z?
see
No,
some
we're
of
just
these
saying
videos.
about
You
artists
can
who
branch
are
into
doing
different.
hip hop, but they went into another genre.
Oh,
or they
I
can do
was gonna
another
say
genre
them.
as well.
You can say
Don't know about X.
Lil
don't know about him.
Nas.
Have you
No,
listened?
I mean,
What?
facts.
Lil
No, I
Nas?
like- no,
Facts
I like-
are facts. Whatever he did do that.
I like
He
his
did go
music,
beyond- he did
but
go beyond
person-wise.
Okay. you're
But
talking
he's
about
dead
that.
anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Under the earth, and yeah.
He's 6 foot under, fam.
Right.
God will judge him now.
Right.
XXX Tentacion.
I don't know why people think like his music is alright, like as a person.
I've never listened to his music.
But then
His
to be
music
fair,
And it's
is
quite
cold.
scary,
It's-
to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't
His
know why
music is
people
weird.
just.
Intimidating.
Why have you guys not seen his videos now?
no.
Yeah, I mean, I
He-
don't fuck with some
Bruv,
of that
he had
shit,
red
but-
eyes, tied himself to a tree with bare blood all over him or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
bit
Bare
intense.
chains, and it's mad. It's all
But
mad.
it slaps
He's
though.
not the
So.
first to do it.
Huh?
He's not the first.
No,
to
but
do
that,
something like that.
his thing looks.
This
a
new
real
genre
judge.
of rap is just like a bit demonic,
for
innit?
real, wallah, it looks. It
Just a
looks
bit,
mad judge.
yeah, it's a bit demonic with like
It's
these
proper
sharp
judge.
grills. It's a bit scary.
I think
Even
before,
his eyes,
well,
he had no eyebrow. He shaved his
before
eyebrow.
he died, he was trying to change. So I guess we can't really judge him much. Well,
Yeah,
we can
like, for
still
example,
judge him, but
Do you know
we
who else
sh-
doesn't look like they have eyebrows? Jaden Smith. But would you say the most?
I love
I
Jaden
love
Smith.
I love his music. Like that, like,
Oh,
he really looks like.
He ain't got eyebrows either, actually. That's
Yeah.
true.
I can't. I've never concentrated on his face that much.
Right, yeah,
True.
but I mean,
I
his
don't know what he
music
looks
is
like
very-
now, to be
Yeah,
honest.
but the
Beautiful.
guy
Jaden
dip
Smith.
dyed his eye
he's a
red.
Oh, no,
Right.
no,
Do
he's
you wanna
fucked. X is fucked, that's what he
nah,
did.
Jaden
He
Smith
did
is weird.
anyway.
Has he just still got blonde hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I swear he's got
Yeah,
pink hair
I know,
now.
I know.
Is it pink?
A little bit.
I swear.
I know it wasn't Helen. He donated. Yeah, he donated.
He does a lot of charities.
Yeah, Helen DeGeneres.
Helen.
Ellen DeGeneres.
In a Naja coming out. It's alright. It's alright.
Helen, you know.
How'd you say her name?
Helen.
Ellen.
Look, that's him now.
You guys are
Also,
mocking
look, that's him
it.
now.
I don't really.
Yeah, he's looking a bit mad, to be fair. Jaden.
With the grills, yeah. So he donated a water filtration system on behalf of.
Yeah, he's doing
Yeah,
a
he's
lot
on
for
the wall.
Flint.
Ellen?
He's doing a lot for
Did I say it
the
right that
Flint.
time?
Ellen.
Ellen.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go.
There's no H.
He's-
L-L-E.
He's doing a lot for the Flint water crisis, which is really good.
Yeah, which makes no sense. So what is the government doing about it?
Fam, I
No
don't
one
even
fucking
know.
knows. Why are they still suffering? Why have they
Exactly.
still not got no clean water? No one knows. Yeah.
Why do people not care
Yeah,
about?
Trump wants to build a $1.7 billion wall.
Why do people
When
not
it's-
care about black and brown people? That's what I want to
His
know.
people don't
How
even have water
can
to
you
drink.
live in America and not have like running water? Like that is mad.
Imagine if that happened in this UK.
That is
Imagine in London.
Mad.
Riots. There'll be
There
It
riots.
would be, hey.
that is
Mental.
mad. Wallahi.
It's like what's happening in Sudan at the moment. No one cares.
Yes, let's talk about that, man.
No
What's
one
going on
cares.
in
Sad.
Sudan? Because I don't know the.
I don't know what has
Okay,
happened.
I don't know the actual specifics, so please do like look up and check. But I think like the general gist of it is that Sudan was under quite an oppressive ruler. I think Prime Minister or President, something along those lines, but he'd been in power for 35 years. 30 or 35 years, like quite a long time, and obviously there was no like, he was just in power, there was no vote, there was no democracy, so
Dictatorship.
yeah, basically, or to an extent dictatorship. And I think the whole situation for Sudan started because food prices started going up quite a lot, gas prices, that the cost of living was getting unbearable for a lot of people, so that's when peaceful protests started, and they've been peaceful up until about a week to 2 weeks ago. That's when it got very, very violent, when I think the army, again I'm not 100% sure, but basically it got very violent, and then people in power started mass killings, mass rapes. It's just very, very
like legit women
horrible.
are getting raped.
children. It's really
There's
bad.
been nearly over 50 deaths for sure.
Yeah.
Over 100 injuries, and no one's talking about
Wait, why
Yeah.
is this happening?
because
they
of
want-
the
They
leader.
want a democracy. now.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Oh, shit.
It's
So they want
intense.
the people want to elect a person in power.
What
I
are you
don't know.
saying?
I'm laughing because you were just saying like everything that happened.
No,
and
I
then
was-
You were like, why did this happen?
Wait, no,
You said
because.
You joke. But yeah, that's why it happened. And you know what it is though? It's like all the protests were peaceful, but then I think the army or whoever it is just switched and ended up doing all.
Yeah, and then the guy died. Who's the guy that died? And then everyone started. making
Yeah,
him.
everyone's changed their profile pictures on Instagram
What's his
to
name?
blue.
Mohammed.
Oh, is that why? Okay.
Yeah, so it's just
everyone's done it now. Well, the
I'm-
Muslim community for sure.
I'm not
Hmm.
doing it
Why not?
because
Well, it is kind of just like
I
that's all.
don't. I don't really believe in like.
It is a form of protest.
I don't.
It
my,
is.
my,
It's
my,
showing solidarity, I guess.
Yeah.
Raising
Because that's
awareness
why I've
of
done it.
this.
my thing about protesting. I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't yet watched When They See Us is. Once again, to me, like this is nothing new. This sort of thing is happening constantly around the world, where people are trying to fight for their right to democracy, trying to fight for their right to choose who should represent them internationally,
Internationally. Is that what you said?
nationally and
Nah,
internationally,
Okay, cool.
and it always ends up like this: civilians dying, people hurt, children living their lives only knowing war and terror, really and truly,
Yeah.
and nothing changes.
Imagine the kids of
And-
Syria, bro.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
they're kids who were born in war, will live through war, and some will die without ever seeing
What
anything
Peace.
more.
world is,
Exactly.
yeah. Well, in Yemen as well. Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the crisis in
20
Yemen
million
that's
people are
happening. 20 million people have a what's it called? No food, no drinks. Yeah, that is like how many times more than the Holocaust that happened? That's like how many times? It's like the Holocaust happening like over a countless amount of times. It's
There's
what's
so much
happening right now
injustice, yeah.
in Yemen. But why is it that these people don't get talked about? Is it because they're brown and they're
Yeah.
Muslim?
Yeah, it's 'cause they're brown, they're black and
no,
Muslim.
That plays a factor, but it's the fact that these are people. How do I, without sounding insensitive, these people are so far away from us, as in the Western world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect us. We do not lose and we do not gain by helping them or not helping them. There's nothing to gain.
It's a very sad thought,
A simple solution would be for America, the UK, France,
to send aid and stuff.
that isn't going to do shit, because the people in charge are still just going to block all of that, and they will stop that. Is to say fuck it. If these people really want democracy, is to go to war.
No.
Wait. Let me finish.
Sorry, that's
War
gonna
isn't
make my blood
always a
boil.
solution. But would be to go to war. But what does that create? A power vacuum. Because you're gonna go to war. You're gonna, let's say you succeed. You get rid of all the people in charge, but you leave
More
straight away.
corrupted people will come. That
vicious
is the problem.
cycle.
So there is no solution.
Yeah, wallahi, it's so true.
Like,
It's
There's
a vicious-
already corruption, yeah, and then people say, okay, let's go out here, let's protest, and let's try to make a change, yeah. Little do they know, yeah, from just doing that, yeah, you've now made a worse, like, people that are 10 times worse, yeah, are 10 times more corrupted, yeah, come in power. That's the same thing that happened in Libya. That's the same thing that happened in Yemen.
funny enough, I was
Same
about
thing that's
to-
happened in Syria.
I was
It's
about
the
to
same
mention.
shit.
I was about to mention
It's
Libya.
sad.
So a perfect case study would be Libya, where the Western world did interfere, did take out Gaddafi, and then they succeeded. Well done, pat on the back. Left, and what did they do? They created a power vacuum that allowed terrorists
10 times.
to come, and now you've got a civil war going on.
It's so sad.
And there's actually nothing you can do because you've done a quarter of the job. Because democracy isn't
The same thing
built
happened
in a
in
fucking
Iraq
day.
as well.
Exactly, you've taken out the leader because
It happens to all these countries that these white people think they could come with their cape here and save these brown people. Yeah,
That's
but
true.
really, you're not saving nobody. You're
and-
just making the situation 10 times worse.
And this is one of my favorite quotes that I fucking created. A hero to
Speak
me
it.
is a villain to someone else,
Yeah.
and that is America.
Why you do? Santi looks so like.
That sounds so recycled from other things.
No, I've been.
I feel like I've had that too.
I've never heard that
That
before.
sounds a little bit of you either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain, and someone's happiness is someone else's misery.
Oh, I made that up. Those exact words are my words.
Okay.
But I hear what you're
Round the
saying.
back, yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
you.
that is
Be-
so true
because-
because yeah.
Like Americans want to look at them going to Iraq as something patriotic, as something as defending. But no, what about those people that you're going to their homeland? You are a terrorist. You are going to someone's homeland and destroying it, and you're doing nothing. Once it's done, you've done nothing to help rebuild. You've done nothing to help put someone in charge that might actually create some sort of
Why
democracy.
should they even put anyone in charge? Like, isn't that just double standards? Like, it doesn't make sense. Shouldn't the people be electing who should be in charge? Why should America come and now save?
No, but
be like,
if-
oh
if
yeah, we
the
want
reas-
this
the-
leader in charge.
No, the reason why
That's
I
the same
say
thing that happened in Egypt as well.
No, the reason why I say that is because if you've taken responsibility in taking out a leader, you are now responsible for that country. England and America, whoever involved in Gaddafi's assassination and his killing, you are fucking responsible
For whatever's
for
happening
every
now.
single thing that's happened in that country. You are responsible because
Big fact.
I'm sure those people. I don't know exactly what Libya was like before they killed Gaddafi.
It was an amazing country.
Okay.
Do you know what? No, listen. This is what I mean. The politics where people don't understand. You know that guy? Yeah, he was planning to open the first, like, you know that you know how there's the World Bank.
Yeah.
He was trying to open, and he had like so many different countries in Africa. Yeah, he
Oh,
was trying to open
When he
the
was trying
first.
to, instead of selling
Instead of like
in actual currency, he was trying to
yeah,
get them to sell in
our
gold.
own
Yeah.
African like currency.
Okay.
That's what he was planning to make. And then T2's, oh yeah, he's a dictator, and he got taken out. Bruv, well, there's more than we know.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, there's more than
very
we know.
interesting.
And one thing I will say in addition, countries in the Western world don't just decide to go to war. Because war is expensive. War costs a lot of money. It's a lot of taxpayers' dollars, and there has to be something you can profit off of.
Yep.
Like it has to be. You're set to gain something from going to war.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to spend $2 billion to go liberate a people and not be able to recuperate some of that money back. Am I mad?
So
I'm
what
now-
happened? What
I'm now
happened with
2
Iraq?
billion in
What happened
deficit.
in Iraq? What did the Americans do to
Well,
in Iraq? Did they not get all the opium fields?
Who the fuck knows? But most people think it's oil.
No.
I seem to think it's
Listen,
oil.
yeah, it's oil, and for Iraq here and Afghanistan, I think it was, they had opium, and this, like, you know, the medicine that, you know, to, what's it called?
Get high.
Yeah, you know, like when you're in pain and that, the
Yeah,
medicine that they use, like the
Okay.
opium. So the opium pills, they just took it without any tax, without paying for it, without anything. And there's actual evidence because there's whistleblowers such as Edward Snowden,
Mm-hmm.
what's his name, the other guy that's locked up in one of these Latin, what's his name, white guy. He's an actual whistleblower, fam, and he's in one of these embassies in London.
Oh, the WikiLeaks guy.
Yeah, what's his name? Assange.
Yeah.
Julian Assange,
That's
that's
the
it.
one.
Yeah, like he legit has showed us the evidence, bro. Videos and everything. And people just turn. They
Because
just
there's
turn.
it doesn't, like I said.
It's sad.
all of these are so far away from us, as in it will never reach us until people start migrating and immigration starts to become. That's the only time we are concerned.
This
But
reminds me of this quote, and it was like you know, with like people who are obviously suffering and who are under oppression and stuff. It's like I'm trying to remember the quote now, but it says something like, "You should fight for these people because when they come for you, there will be no one left to fight for you." Does that make sense? And it's like, okay, let me reword it. So basically, say that, for example, say that something like started happening in the West.
Yeah.
We were all affected. We're not going to have any people in any other countries to fight for us because they would have been wiped out by these systems that we've implemented. So it's like we need to have empathy with these people because if you don't fight for them now, there'll be no one left to fight for you when they come for you, and they will come for you.
Yeah, and it's that same mentality of saying, "Oh my God, it's so far away." Like, do you know what I mean? If each person took the responsibility to help make change here, then it will change. Do you get it? If everyone says the same thing. If everyone says the same thing,
the government trying to shut us down.
Yeah, boom, we're back.
You know what?
If we all say the same thing, as in, "Oh my God, it's so far away," or
it's about
like, "My help can't do," not like, then how?
It's about being a global citizen. Yeah,
like,
you're a citizen of the world, not just a
like,
citizen of your country.
There's no
like change starts with you.
Yeah,
and change starts with
the
you.
problem is there's no like direct solution to this problem.
Then try help indirectly then.
Like speaking about it, like is all good. Raising awareness is all good, but where does this go? Because in 2 weeks, the timeline will move on. Social media will move on and talk about something else, and something else will pop up, and another global event will take its place, and world media moves on. World media might not even cover it. There's no. This is just gonna keep carrying on, and in a few months' time, another maybe 20 people die suddenly, and then it will be brought back into the news. God forbid.
No, it's just, we're literally living in a time where there's so many fucked up shit is happening.
So much conflict.
So in school when you used to learn in history about all the effed up stuff that people in the past did, and you used to think, how did anyone allow slavery? How did anyone allow this to happen? Do you get what I mean? Is that not happening now? And then 20, 50 years from now, people are going to write books on this generation that we were alive in, and how did we allow this to happen? How?
Because it's easy.
Like I say, every single episode, the world's gonna end. This is why. We're too selfish, and it's Qiyamah is soon.
Is ending.
Pray. I ask you, pray.
If some omnipotent person came down right now and said, "Alex, this is what you need to do to help these people, to help them directly, to help change," how will jump on that horse and I will keep riding until that change is made.
Yeah,
but now,
I don't believe in that mentality.
There's no.
I don't believe
honestly,
in that
there's no
mentality.
direct solution.
What do you think about it? If that means that the only reason you're not doing it now is because you're not sure if you can do something.
Yeah, that's
so
mad.
If you think these people aren't doing anything, could you imagine what it's like if they don't even try?
That's true.
But speaking of that, I wanted to ask you guys. Say 2 months from now, Trump and Kim Jong-un, they're doing a dick measuring contest,
and they dropped the...
No, close. Trump whips out his dick, lands on a nuclear button. Boom. Whole world, boom. The only piece of humanity left is this podcast. What do we leave behind? What do you want to leave behind?
I want to leave behind that we tried to
be a good
everything
person.
They know about history
always.
is based on what we say. So what we say right now, from here on, is what they're going to know about humanity. What do we say?
Humanity has failed.
We tried.
Oops.
And
Whoops.
No. It's above me now.
Oh my days.
I think the cliche of learn from our mistakes doesn't fucking work because we be making the same mistakes. Government's been doing the same shit.
History repeats itself.
Yeah, constantly, and
we do not learn.
We are passengers.
We are imperfect. We are passengers. That's a quote, innit? That's hadith or something, or Quran quote. It's like we're just passengers in this world.
Yeah, like I have it on my.
We're
I have it on my Insta.
No, it's true.
I genuinely know.
We're
I genuinely have it on my
travelers.
Insta.
We're just travelers in
we
this
are
world.
literally. This world is just. You're just you're a traveler. This is not your final destination. That's why you don't have a choice when you're born, and that's why you don't have a choice when you're dying. You're literally a traveler in this world. Like this world, you're here for a reason. Find your purpose. Find your purpose. That's what you should do.
Oh man. So what
It's
is?
madness.
I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
I tried to stay. How many? Can you see? Because I can't see. Is it an hour?
There's an hour and 4 minutes as well.
An hour? Oh, okay. I'm very much disillusioned with the world that I live in. Like, I wouldn't. Like, I'm happy at the age I am at now. I won't get to experience the world really turn into shit, or when I do, I'll be too old to give a fuck.
That's literally the
That
generation,
sounds
isn't it?
That's
Very
fucked.
selfish.
Very nutty.
I'm so
Nut-
sorry.
Yes, it is.
That is very selfish.
Welcome to the world.
No, because
Welcome
people
to the
like
world.
you now, this is why our world is like this. 'Cause
It's your
if
fault.
everyone had
You.
the same mentality like
Nah,
you, yeah.
True, if everyone had that
How
same
effed is
mentality.
That's backwards,
It's
man.
true. How do you know that the people that are corrupted now didn't start off where you started?
Yeah.
I can't do nothing, so what's the point?
Do you know what I
Will
mean?
it end up like that?
It's already bad, yeah, so let me just make it worse. No,
Listen,
that's not how it should
everyone
be.
has a price in it. That's all I'm saying.
What?
Yeah, Allah. So this is where we're
Everyone has a
wrapping
price.
things
That's
up.
last
Wow.
episode, ain't it?
Astaghfirullah.
Trust me.
Everyone has a price.
May
man.
God forgive you.
Ev-
I do
ev-
not have a price.
I do.
I don't.
What's your
Yeah.
price?
I don't.
Wait, a price for
My price.
For selling your soul.
like,
fam
no, not
Oh,
selling your soul, but
Yeah.
your,
Okay.
your morality.
morality.
Yeah,
Right,
your
your
morality.
Yeah, like I do not have a price.
No, I do.
Yeah, what's the
100
price?
mil.
If you sell your morality, that is selling your soul.
If somebody tells me, yeah, I'll give you a billion, brother, and I need you to do this, and I still wouldn't.
You don't know what
Because
this
they
is.
do
Not being
Yeah.
funny.
If it's
If someone paid me, I'm not even gonna lie. If someone offered me $1 million to eat bacon, I would not eat bacon. I
yeah,
wouldn't do
legit.
it, fam. That's my morals.
No,
that's my
that's
morality.
understandable.
Nah, this is to be the next episode.
No,
this is,
yeah, well,
we
like,
need to
that's a
actually
good
do
I'm
this.
not eating bacon.
I won't.
To eat bacon.
No, but like,
Fam, I can have fries and
Yeah, I
crisps.
know.
say like someone tells me, like, I'll give you £1 billion to take your hijab off, and I'm gonna take some pictures of you. No, I wouldn't. I genuinely wouldn't.
I would.
That's mad.
Yeah, you don't
You
know what
would-
it's like to be in
you
that
would.
position, though, because you're not.
Exactly.
What can't
It's-
Christians do?
It's mad how.
What
You're not
can't-
even
There's
Christian.
wait,
anyway.
listen. First of all, Christianity and
Christians
Islam is the
What we
exact
can't do,
same
we do it
religion.
anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
There's
we can't-
only-
we're not even meant to eat bacon.
Well, you're not meant to
Exactly,
be
you're not meant to
doing
eat bacon.
99%
No,
of the
no,
stuff
that's
that Christians do. Okay.
I don't.
Such
yeah,
as they're
fair.
meant to be
Christian-
covering their head.
yeah, I was
They're not
gonna
meant to
say.
be eating bacon. I
That's
think even in the
in the
Bible
Old
it says,
Testament, though.
listen, even in the Bible
In
I
the
think
New
it says you're not allowed
Testament,
to
it gets
even
rid of
eat shrimp.
That's
No,
mad.
no, no,
You
no,
man
fuck
back
that.
shrimp.
No, behave,
It's true.
behave.
You're not
Shrimp
allowed
is
to eat
pen.
the critters
Yeah?
of the
Shrimp
ocean.
You're not
fucking
allowed. This is
hell.
in the
You are-
Bible.
I think
You are
It's
nutty.
the Bible.
You're not meant to eat critters of the ocean.
You are nutty.
And also
Yeah.
animals that are like
Clothes,
that,
clothes.
they don't chew their food. Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
chew their card, something.
That's the
something.
one. Yeah.
Listen, honestly, hey
Very
fam,
technical.
shrimp taste peng.
I like
Animals
shrimp.
who don't chew their cord taste peng. But
I don't even know.
I don't think I could be a vegetarian though. I could be a pescatarian, but not a vegetarian.
Is there someone paid you then to be a vegetarian? Would you do it?
Yeah, of course.
You what the fuck? Who wouldn't
So
do
you're-
that?
Yeah,
I'm trying to
even
think.
I would-
Why-
I
What, we
would
want
do that.
something that's really against your morals. If
Yeah, something against your morals.
Because
not
obviously for
something
us,
that
like,
with
it's
your morals
obvious,
and
like,
values.
you know
Suck
our
a dick.
marbles.
Yeah, I would.
nutty.
I'm sorry, guys.
For 100 mil. For 100
yeah,
million.
go on then. Come on.
Gag.
You are nutty.
What?
You are nutty.
Oh, I thought you
nutty.
was trying to say, yeah, I'm with you. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
For 100
Wow,
million.
that's real. That's a real nigga right here. You know.
No,
He's
for
being
do
honest.
you know what 100 million is in this world?
True.
100 million.
Would you have still the same friends? No.
Yeah.
No, I'll bring my people them in. Like,
Do you think they will be allowed to, they want you?
No, speak on it.
you don't need to speak about
Take
it.
one for the TV.
Exactly. You don't know what's there. Do you know what 100 million is?
I know.
That straight away shoots you up to one of the richest people in this UK. Calm, 100 mil. Do you know how much Drake is worth?
That means there's a price on like your worth in it.
Do you know how much Kanye West is worth?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He has a
But it's also
price.
price
You are,
too.
that's
I
mad.
don't
you
have
know.
a price.
I don't.
In this case,
I don't think I have a price
if
either.
they don't feel like there is something religious holding them back from sucking the dick, then you're not doing it. It's a pride thing. Now, to quote Henry VIII, "I'm not gay, but £20 is £20."
He already has said that.
Subhanallah.
Oh, okay.
I'm so confused.
Brother.
No, but
Brother.
no. Wait.
Brother.
Okay.
I'm
When-
honest,
when-
I know.
You said this loud, innit?
I don't.
Just-
Honestly, I'll
just-
say it on my chest.
He does not
No,
care.
I do not care. Do you know why? Okay, we're talking about theoretically 100 million. Yeah, money doesn't bring happiness, but it sure helps, innit?
Yeah,
Do you know
true.
what 100 million will do for my mum, my sister, my brother, my kids that are not even
Can
born
you
yet?
face your
They're-
parents? Can you face
Yeah,
your
when she's-
parents and
when-
tell them yes?
When she's walking,
Yes.
Listen, when she's walking into her brand new mansion, everything paid for. She's retired now from work. Doesn't have to work.
Clap my son.
Listen, she
You're
would look at
naughty.
me. She would be like, "I understand what you had to do. You had to do."
You have to do it.
If anything, more
Do you
I
have a-
had
do you have
to
a
do that
price?
for free. You're doing it for 100 million. So well done, son.
Fam, we're ending it
Some
there.
people suck dick
That
for
is the
free.
last
You might as well
note.
get paid.
You don't
Yeah.
know what's
You're
there.
taking an L.
There's
might
some
as
people
well
that do it for choice, though, but that's their choice, isn't it?
You might as well get paid.
Say no more. We're done. Honestly.
Yeah.
Might as well get paid.
Final.
That's a
Final.
wrap.
I'm
That's
so
a wrap.
fucked when I get home.
I'm stuck for you, lah. Mad.
Listen, money is money.
No, I'm sorry.
100 mil is 100 mil.
No.
Fam, Emmanuel's
You're
eating
considering
good.
it, innit?
I'm already good. What do you mean?
Did you say yeah as well?
He's nutty. They're all nutty.
It's 100 mil.
What about you, bro?
He already said
I'm
yeah. He
willing
said
to
yeah
put
with
my
his
price.
Oh,
chest.
yeah, why'd I do it?
Yeah.
Definitely would. Oh, 100 mil, yeah, definitely.
Everything.
Anybody that says nah, outside of religious reasons, yeah, must like, I don't know for them, innit? Your pride is something immense. Like,
No, outside of religious,
yeah, like I actually give you, I'll clap my hand to you.
Yeah.
Like, damn, like shit. But me, nah, my pride, my pride. Like, I'm not a prideful person. I don't believe in pride.
Yeah,
Like,
A prideful.
shouldn't
You're not a
lie.
proud person. What's prideful?
Prideful is a
proud.
word. I'm not a proud person. I'm not. Prideful is a word.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's a word.
It's not.
Proud. It's
Proud-
proud.
proud
I'm not a
fam.
proud person.
I'm sure prideful is a. Anyways, regardless, I'm not a proud person. I
Yeah, you
really do
shouldn't
not.
be an arrogant or prideful.
If someone's
person.
That's
putting
true.
100 mil on the table, do you know how long it will take you
there's
to spend
morals.
100 mil? Do you know how long it will take you to spend 100 if you're sensible?
So imagine.
How long it took you to earn it?
Yeah, exactly.
True.
And someone's just
Take your lifetime.
to suck a dick, fam. Shit.
So,
This L, I'll hold it,
yeah.
and in my
Yeah.
left hand, will hold
Hold the 100
this
mil,
L,
man.
and then my right hand will hold 100
Yeah,
mil.
don't fall back. Oh, okay. How can I say?
I'll be like, calm. But
Oh, my
guys,
days.
man, them, I'll see you in Jamaica. I'm quitting my job. You'll see me in Jamaica, Prague, Barbados,
Nigeria, no.
You bitch can't even spell proud.
Fam,
Who said that? Oh, Nicola.
shit.
Oh, my days. Well,
The man, them, where we going?
we've concluded a lot from this episode.
Legit, yeah.
Like, man,
Yeah,
them, where
that-
we
Thank you for
actually
sticking
going?
with us.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, big mountains.
Thank you, Yasmin, for coming down.
Yeah,
you're
you.
welcome, guys.
Yasmin,
Come
sick.
again. Come again.
Come true.
Come true.
Again.
Done when you're done.
How much?
Inshallah.
£50.
Inshallah. As long as I'm not selling my, myself.
Your work.
And
Yeah.
it's,
I mean, are you not doing that right now?
No.
what do you mean?
How?
Oh, yeah, before you leave,
We're
you
not
just
paying.
signed this non-disclosure agreement thing.
Oh, my days.
Thank you for watching another
Thank
episode.
you guys
Yeah.
for
Listening
having me.
as well.
You're welcome.
listening. Yeah, them
It's
things
a
there.
good discussion.
20 episodes.
Yeah,
Sorry, you know.
20. We're growing,
Mhm.
bigger things. If you like it, like it. If you dislike it, whatever.
Subscribe.
We really don't
Subscribe.
care.
I mean, I care.
All of that.
We
Precisely.
really don't care.
Yeah.
All of that. Take care. In a bit.
Bye.